Shabbat, let's join together in a nice, deep Shabbat breath in and out. Allowing ourselves to come into the space just a little more. Allowing the peacefulness of Shabbat in just a little more. Bit by bit, it doesn't need to happen all at once. And to add some more light and warmth to our Shabbat tonight, it is an honor to invite up the Infeld Bunch to lead us in the lighting and blessing of the Shabbat candles. Page 120, Infeld Bunch. Infeld family. The Infeld family. Is that? Yeah, it is. Page 138 for the Chadodi, as usual. We'll sing stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Bye.
We continue together in English in the middle of 149. This is an hour of change. Please join me. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv ha'arabim.
Oh
were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Bye.
164 for the tefillah. Please rise.
Ah
For those of you who are longtime members of our mishpacha here, of our family here at CBSRZ, thanks for taking time out of a busy week to come and be here and help us be part of this Kehillah Kedoshah, this holy community that we make each and every Friday night. For those of you who are new, who are checking us out, who haven't been around in a while, we're really glad you're here too. And we hope that you feel like part of the family as well and that you have come home. Tonight, what's interesting is a few names have come off our Mishaderach list, our prayers of healing. Some for very good reason because they healed. Some because their lives have come to an end. And our community here at CBSRZ is especially mourning, of course, Beth Gottlieb's passing. And we pray that she's at peace. We've been praying for her health and her well-being and her peaceful transition for so long. And so I'm very aware that I think for the whole time that I've been here so far in this community, we've been praying for her. And now we just pray for her soul to be enveloped by God's warm, caring, and nurturing arms, and that she rests in peace. I love taking names off this list for wonderful reasons. When people are healed, when they have returned to that sense of well-being and wholeness. And so I hope you'll join me in praying for a refuah shlema, for all those on this list for whom that is what they are praying for. And if there is anyone on this list who is praying for perhaps a sense of peacefulness and comfort, that we pray for that for them as well. Tonight we are sending our get well wishes to Regan Konecki, John DiNicola, Nancy Schwam, Sam Rosenblum, Miriam Swidler, David Clark, Joel Pear, Simon Alexander Petty, Larry Mancini, Linda Sherman, Charles Savitt, Dov Ben Mayor Miriam, Dalia Batlipa Vashena, Len Nodelman, Jimmy Imbrogno, Wayne D'Amico, Debbie Clymer, Rita Fink, Keith Burson, Sue Savitt, Brooke McGinn, and Jessica Yano. Who else are you thinking of tonight? Are you sending healing prayers to and you'd like to share a name out loud?
Miriam Levy and Tony and Jen.
Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Yimotenu Sarah Rivka Leah v'Rachel v'Yivarach v'Yirapeh et kol Cholim ha'ela. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, bless and heal all those who are ill. We pray, God, that they return to us with that complete healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai Rofech Cholim. We praise you, God, who cares for the sick. And let us say together. Amen. Let's turn to page 371 and join in Debbie Friedman's Mishaberach.
Oh,
people who have healed, who are actively recovering from illness, from injury, who have returned safely from long journeys away or abroad, and those who have escaped danger in any way. And so on behalf of all those who have experienced those incredible miracles, we praise you, God, who makes good things happen in the world around us. And let us say together. Amen. We have Simchas, Machot, happy occasions to celebrate as well. My youngest brother, the youngest out of the 4 Bellows kids, his birthday is tomorrow. He's turning 29, which is super exciting. He's the one, he's so young. He's the one who got married in January. It's a very exciting, birthday with his wife. So happy birthday, Ricky. Who else is celebrating birthday, anniversary, special occasion? You know.
Eric's birthday is Sunday.
Happy almost birthday.
Alex's birthday is then Wednesday.
Happy almost birthday. Oh, there's that.
That's good for now.
That's wonderful. Congrats.
To see Asher. And then, yeah.
Oh, yay for Asher. Yay. You have one too?
Finishing the involved family. My school soccer season ever, like, you're playing competitive soccer. Ended on Sunday.
Congratulations. That's really exciting. Yeah, I've been admiring your really cool jacket. Very nice. Boom.
So the child that you've been praying for, Simon Alexander Petty's birthday was yesterday, turned a year old. And your prayers have been working because his kidney functions have been normal. So aside from having high cholesterol for a little baby, that's the only side effect he's got so far. And he's doing great. So thank you all for keeping him healthy.
There's so much about prayer that we don't understand. And
Works for me.
He's had nothing but love coming towards him.
And so far,
And he's such a cutie. Oh,
tonight he dressed up as Yoda.
oh, that's fantastic. Good job.
My son Mark, who was bar mitzvahed in Union Street about 19 years ago, got married last Friday.
Mazel tov! That's so exciting. Congrats to the whole family. That's wonderful. Please wish
His parents went through the bris process this past Monday.
Oh my goodness. And so, everyone's okay? I went through the bridge, yeah. Thanks for that.
And then we all had a nice brunch and New York bagels and
Who was the model?
It was from Hartford. I can't remember his name. A new face.
That's terrific. Mazel tov. That's great. Anybody else? Thank you for sharing the sweetness with us as well. It's really such a joy, and it's nice to be able to really comfort each other through the challenges of life, but also to be part of the celebration as well. Thank you, everybody. Our Torah portion this week is a portion of journeys. And God said to Abram, "Go forth from your native land and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and curse them that curse you. And all the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you." So with these words at the very beginning of our portion, Abram, who later becomes Abraham or Avraham, here's what is expected of him. And at the tender age of 75 years old, he leaves all that is familiar to him, and he sets out for the land of Canaan. Accompanying him are his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all of their servants, and all of their possessions. The Hebrew text, when you read it, is like poetry. Even without understanding the words, you can feel the intensity, the rhythm, and the growing excitement behind them. Lech lecha me'artzecha u'mimoladecha u'mibeit avicha El haaretz asher areka. There's a sense of a building anticipation for something big. And in this case, Abram is embarking on an enormous life change, a complete upheaval of all that he knows and recognizes. And as is typical of a pretty laconic text, nothing is mentioned about how Avram felt. The command is given by God, and then Avram departs his hometown of Haran, and that's it. There's no hesitation, there's no anxiety, there's no refusal, just immediate acquiescence. And yet, even without this information, it's possible to see the inherent challenge of God's command by the language that is used. W. Gunther Plaut, a modern commentator who wrote the Union for Reform Judaism's Chumash, writes that many more words than necessary are used in the command. And it's a way of demonstrating just how challenging the command must have been. It could have just said, Avram, go to Canaan. Right? But we wouldn't have felt maybe all the levels of complexity that Avram was facing. Instead, it says, go forth from your land, your birthplace, your father's home. It is the land of Avram's history, the land by which he identifies himself, and the place where his family is located. This command comes seemingly without any choice given to Avram. A life-altering decision has been made for him, and he has no choice but to submit. We may look at this situation from today's vantage point, and we may feel sorry for Avram. He was made to leave his, what we call now, a comfort zone. And he set out for a completely new and perhaps frightening environment. It was probably the most difficult thing he ever had to do, and yet it wound up being, for him, the most magnificent blessing ever. For God told him, I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great. But notice that the command to leave comes first. You must leave, then I will bless you. God doesn't say, hey, I'm going to bless you with greatness, but all you have to do first is head out for Canaan. The challenge comes first, not the reward. And in our lives, it's all too often the form that things seem to take. I believe that we all experience what I like to call lech lecha moments at key turning points in our lives. Events occur to some of us often, to some of us just a few big ones. They occur and they happen to us. They take us out of our comfort zone. They thrust us out into the wilderness, metaphorically speaking. We all have these moments, big, small, and they can be disorienting or even frightening. Some may lose a job, or a relationship comes to an end, or we become injured or ill. And we may have no choice in these circumstances, but nonetheless, we learn something along the way on the journey. And perhaps we might even be surprised by the new land that we find in the end. We have these moments. Some are really small, some are bigger than others. And all of these can, maybe, ultimately be shared, meant to be in some way. We may not recognize it at the time, and it sure may not feel like it at the time, but through them we pray that God will bless us, and that we will come even closer to fulfilling our potential. We can find a blessing in any situation, even when it's hard. But I believe that it's there. Go forth to the land that I will show you. A Hasidic interpretation, one of my favorites, translates lech lecha not as just go forth, but go forth to yourself. Lech lecha, go to you. Oh, shit.
No, you're telling my story.
Oh,
This is
I'm giving you love.
when you hear why, you'll understand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we think about going to yourself. Go to your roots. Go find you. Find the way that you personally survive and conquer and grow from life's challenges. Find God's voice within you, guiding you along the way. Soon after this command, Avram's name is changed to Avraham, Abram to Abraham. That added hey, that H sound in the Hebrew was taken to mean that God was permanently added to his life in a way that he hadn't been there before. Abraham took the challenge. He went forth to a new place, both in his external environs and within himself. The change was so significant that his name was changed. By allowing ourselves to see the blessing in life's turning points, whether we've chosen those turning points or not, we add God to our lives. And we metaphorically perhaps add a hey, that H sound to our names as well. So in the coming week, I invite you to look for the Lech Lecha moments of your past, maybe of your future. Lech Lecha, go forth, go to yourself, and you shall be a blessing. May we all be a blessing. Amen. As an aside, it's worth noting that when we were in this portion last year, we were celebrating my installation weekend. It's just another one of those really great milestones along the way. So that was a Lech Lecha moment. Thank you, Zachary. So some announcements. I'll take announcements. No. Okay. Tomorrow morning, if you thought about coming, if you used to come, if you're not sure, come try. Have a bagel and some coffee, and let's talk some Torah. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You'll love it. Sunday, big day. We, of course, have Kivun, our religious school, at 9:30. At 9:30, also, I'm offering a book series that's going to meet about once a month for the rest of the school year on a wonderful book called Jewish Spiritual Parenting, written by Rabbi Paul Kipnis and his wife, Michelle November, who's a social worker. Really terrific book. It's wonderful for parents, grandparents, anyone who works with kids. Everyone's welcome. 9:30. I have a few copies of the book available if you want to come buy one here. Otherwise, feel free to pick it up on Amazon. So Jewish Spiritual Parenting. At 11 a.m., of course, is our big book launch. Our Books and Bagels special brunch with a panel discussion of people who grew up in both of our original congregations, both Shabbat Shalom, or what was the JCC, as well as Rodfei Tzedek, which eventually became Shabbat Shalom Rodfei Tzedek. And really the 100+ years of incredible history, all the way from the chicken farmers through today and what we've become. So really, please join us at 11. We'll also have plenty of CBSRZ swag and other fun things available for purchase. Breakfast is free and open, so please join us. Next Friday, is that next Friday? November 3rd. We've rebooted this year our First Friday family services, and so at 7 p.m. we've been having First Friday fun, and it's been fun for all ages, especially though for kids, and that's going to include slime. We're gonna make some slime at 7. And then at 7:30 is our first Friday Shabbat service. And then afterwards, the teens are having a movie night. So they're in pajamas. That's gonna be really fun. Then Tuesday the 7th, November 7th, my intro to Talmud class I'm offering, the 4 sessions, it got postponed from this week because of the terrible rainstorm on Tuesday night. So it's going to start November 7th, Tuesday, November 7th, 7 p.m. It's okay if you've never studied Talmud before. In fact, that was great. We're going to do 4 sessions learning all about Talmud. Everyone is welcome. No Hebrew necessary, no experience necessary. Bring your friends. Then Thursday at noon, my Lunch and Learn series is starting. You can tell my holidays just ended, right? Everything now is like kicking back up. We're going to be reading Abigail Hoberman's wonderful book, My Jewish Year, and reading it together throughout the year. Again, I have a few copies available if anyone would like to pick one up. And come and read it with us once a month, the second Tuesday of every month at noon. A couple more things actually. Please bear with me. Music and more. The announcement for the concerts has been released, and tickets are available through Eventbrite. You can go to our website, of course, and purchase tickets. We're also looking for sponsors and ads for the program book that is put together each year, and we have flyers available for that if anyone's interested. And finally, thank you to Barbara and Eric Infeld on sponsoring tonight's Oneg in honor of their beautiful new grandson, Micah Raphael Infeld. What a pleasure. So, Mazel Tov and thank you. Any other announcements that I've left out? Yes, Sharon.
Well, the reason why I made the comment during, I came tonight for Beth and for my friend Joanne, but it obviously was to share. I accepted an interim position in St. Louis. So I'll be coming back and forth, and I don't know, I'm kind of like the leaf blowing in the wind. And while that was in the works, I got asked to interview in Seattle. So yeah, this weekend I'm flying to Seattle. This coming weekend I'm flying to Seattle. Then the weekend after I start the position in St. Louis, and we'll see where my road is supposed to take me. But so that's why when you were talking about that, I said, oh my God, is she talking to me?
Again.
It's my life.
I seem to agree with sermons for you to share.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all about me, but you know,
but
when you were saying that, I'm like, that's it. You know, where am I going? Where am I?
you're on a journey.
Where's the next adventure?
And I know so many of us are in our own different ways, and thank you for sharing that. We all
You just hit me again.
be thinking of you. And I hope it brings you joy.
This is the place will always be home now. You got me through the worst of times and the best of times, and this will always be my home right here.
You got it. We're here.
I'll still make your bread.
Please. I don't know what we're going to do about your collar.
Oh
my God.
Slide it in. I'll make your bread.
I mean, I ordered Lumonati's pizza from Chicago. I think we can get follow from Sharon. Okay, any other announcements? Okay, let's turn to our concluding prayers on page 586 of the Lenu. Please rise.
Shalom,
I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved, and if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. In just a moment, if you hear the name of a friend or family member on our Shiva or Yortzeit list, and if you feel comfortable doing so, I invite you to rise when you hear his or her name. This allows us to offer you comfort and support in your loss. And then we will all rise to join you for the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish. This Shabbat, we are marking the recent passing of Beth Valley, Susan Hellerman, Charles Spindler, and James L. Cohen. We mark the Yortzeits, the anniversaries of death for Daniel Allen Altman, Bella Astrove, Isaac Barron, Celia Baum, Max Frankel, Elizabeth Friedman, Solomon Ginsberg, George Glassman, Nathan Gottlieb, David Levine, Nathan Luchnick, Sadie Case Sharp, Nathan Siegel, and Sarah Zombeck. Zichronam Livracha. If anyone else is marking a Shiva or Shoshim or Yortzeit of a family member or friend, please share the name out loud.
Joanne Messina, Miriam Hart, and Joe Santoro.
May all of their memories always be a precious blessing for those who know and love them. Together now we rise and we join in the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shnei rabah, ve'alma divrach viruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayet kol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shnei rabah v'barach le'olam olam me'almaya. Yitzvarach v'yishabach v'yitzha'ar v'yitzromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitzhadar v'yitzhaleh v'yitzhalal shnei kudusha b'rithu, le'elam im kol birchata v'shirata, tushkachata v'nechemata, v'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalach rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'ramav, Ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Page 657. Oh, Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Once, sometime in the future, hopefully soon, peace will come.
Alleluia.
performance last year.
Or Pasta Fest. We go to Pasta Fest.
I don't know.
Pasta Fest is wild.
I know, you said that, I know, it's a whole other concept.
Right, in Colchester, yeah. Yeah, of course. I told you, I have a lot of friends. So, yeah, there's some wonderful.
I know how to sew.
Oh.
And where my kids work, St. Luke's Hospital. I'm gonna bring a little northeastern Jew girl.
There you go.
The
Good.
St. Luke's Hospital.
You won't be the first, don't worry. Come, have some kids.
And if you ever want to return back to it, or you can wrap up. You bet.